Hi there, and welcome to this presentation on generative AI tools for personalized and inclusive learning. This image was created with Ideogram in 2024. The session is summarized by the following. Generative AI tools are transforming education by enabling personalized and inclusive learning experiences. These technologies dynamically generate tailored content, such as adaptive exercises, personalized feedback, multilingual resources, and much more, meeting diverse student needs. Generative AI adapts to various skill levels, learning styles, and cultural contexts, fostering a more accessible and engaging educational environment, experiences, and possibly learning. This approach not only enhances learning outcomes in many cases, however, this has not been fully documented yet, so we're waiting for research on that, but also supports equity in education, ensuring that each learner receives material that resonate with their unique backgrounds and abilities. However, there's still work to be done in the area of equity, where devices are available, and of course infrastructure such as the internet for all learners. Through personalized and inclusive AI-driven learning, education becomes more responsive, empowering, and effective for all. My name is Nellie Deutsch, and here is a bit about me from DID, image to video. Hi there, my name is Nellie Deutsch, and I have a doctorate in education, curriculum, and instruction. I have taught EFL in the K-12 and higher education sector for over 40 years. And I have applied computer-assisted language learning, or CALS, since 1992, which means that I've been using computers in my classes. I offer free online professional development programs on emerging and innovative technologies through Integrating Technology, Moodle for Teachers, Moodle site to educators worldwide. I combine learner autonomy and exploratory video, peer-based learning with technology and mindfulness. Yes, I'm also a mindfulness practitioner. I was the past chair of TESOL CALL-IS and faculty at the Immersive Technologies IMT MSc program on a Moodle learning environment at a university in Greece. So that's DID, and you can have that in multiple languages. That happens to be in English. And this is my classroom of the future. Hopefully, in the very near future, my classes will look like this, or at least similar to this, with physical bots and humanoids. They may not look exactly like this, but hopefully they'll be running around helping individual students, as well as the whole class in some cases. Of course, this isn't enough. We need the teacher, we need the human element that is only available to humans, but it will be helpful. Let's continue. Notice on the right, you've got my LinkedIn information, and on the left, this presentation. So the agenda of the session is the following. The introductions you've already had. I'll go over these course-based menus, and you'll be able to join the course completely free. It's a work-in-progress course. Artificial intelligence robots, and then we'll be comparing that with generative AI and examples. We'll go into personalized learning, inclusive learning, smartphones, AI language models, AI-generated audio, video, images, stories, and literature review. AI-generated activities, bot generators, generated reflections, and hosts that not always AI-generated, but many AI-generated hosts for our general activities. And LMS, mine is Moodle in this case, and blended learning. And of course, the link to the Moodle course. What's involved in online learning and teaching as a way to learn, feedback and support that's so important for our students, some of the challenges that become opportunities, tips and tricks that you may find of interest, and of course, the references. So let's get started. I visualize tableware as AI tools that assist, because that's all that AI tools do. Or for that matter, artificial intelligence, not just generative intelligence does. So notice here, we've got tools. Now these tools may not be the tools that you use. So I'd like you to visualize how you eat. Where do you put the food? I mean, we have to place it somewhere, whether it's on the ground, on a plate, somewhere, and eat with either these utensils or with chopsticks or with our fingers. But in any case, we need tools to be able to move the food from somewhere into our mouths and bellies. So that's what AI tools do. They simply assist. So let's take a look at the comparison between artificial intelligence or robots, because they're mostly physical, and generative AI, which is not physical, it's not tangible, and what they each mean for us. So first of all, AI robots do repetitive tasks, while generative AI produce or generate one of a kind. They do not repeat anything. They're not able to. They're not made to. And the focus, of course, on AI and robots are efficiency, precision. Generative AI can do the same, but they're more on the creative side, because they can do multiple creative things from the same prompts. And the output, of course, is standardized in AI robots or artificial intelligence, and the roles, notice, for manufacturing. And we're all familiar with artificial intelligence robots for the manufacturing, for producing cars or manufacturing cars, and of course for Amazon and for books and different ways that we can automate the work that used to be manual. That's artificial intelligence, while generative is creative. And there you can see some more. This, of course, will be generated with you. You'll be able to go over the presentation and each of the things. Now, notice examples of outputs: uniform plates or culturally mass-produced bowls with consistent shapes. That's AI, artificial intelligence. And sculptural plates with flowing lines, bowls inspired by abstract patterns that are never the same. That's generative AI. Strengths and weaknesses of each, of course, they can't really be compared because they have different roles. So let's think about it. Generative AI, which is what we're going to be talking about, is an excellent resource for students and a way for teachers to create engaging learning experiences that promote critical thinking and prepare students for a world increasingly influenced by technology. But there's a lot of thinking going at the same time, and we should continue thinking critically. We can make the most of what we have. We did it with the internet, and we can do it with AI as a source of information. So let's delve into what I have prepared for you. So examples of generative AI tools: text generators, image generators, code, music, voice, video, graphic design, artistic, and content editors. Now these are generated by AI, generative AI tools. You can think of jobs. They used to do this. Okay, artists, what's happening to their work today? Because a lot of AI creations are generated by generative AI. So think about these, and the future, we shouldn't forget the human hand or mind that does the work, not just AI tools. And where can we get inclusive learning in and out of the classroom? Of course, WhatsApp, Telegram, Facebook messaging system, and so on. And why do we need inclusive personalized learning? For the following. Notice we have to think about personalized learning before we walk into the classroom, and think about each and every one of the students that's sitting there, because they're not the same. We are unique. You can think of us as having been created by a generative AI tool, because we're not the same. So first of all, learner-centered approach. The learner is in the center. It should be teaching to the learner, not learners. Customize your curriculum with flexible learning paths for each one of our students. Nobody's the same, and they shouldn't be treated the same, especially when it comes to learning. And assessment. Students should not be assessed as one fit all. They should all have differentiated assessment. And use of technology. Not everybody has the same tools, and they should be using the tools that go with the devices they currently have or can access. Personalized learning brings about student autonomy. Students are learning to learn on their own, beyond the classroom. It's not just what the instructor used to say, it's what a lot of people are saying. In other words, the whole world. With ChatGPT, you're getting data from everyone around the globe, from every little bit of information that has been circulated publicly and sometimes privately, whether through digital means or face-to-face conversations that are recorded somehow. Differentiated instruction that I mentioned, real-world relevance. We don't know what's going on. We need help in finding out. And therefore, today's ChatGPT new search engine can do that for us. Data-driven insights. It utilizes analytics and data that is continuously being refined and adjusted for personalized learning plans. Collaboration, of course, and support is so important. And as I mentioned, in and out of the classroom, think of a classroom like this where everyone is hearing another video, another audio, specifically for their needs. They're not hearing the same thing. They're hearing different things. And there are, there's only one student there or participant who doesn't have a headset, who is actually listening to a face-to-face teacher or a humanoid. Inclusive learning is about equity, accessibility, and respect. Accessibility, notice that all the material is designed for specific students and they can get access to it. Equity, support is provided to tailor to each student's individual needs. Now you may think, this is amazing. Is this possible? It has to be possible because we all learn differently. We're all individuals, unique in everything. The way we look, the way we think, the way we behave is uniquely different and unique to us. Diversity, collaboration. We want to be able to collaborate with others. We are social beings and we can do this. Personalization is so important. So again, we need to personalize learning. So I'm going to go through some of the tools that I've been using with my teacher educators. You'll have a chance to use the same tools, at least get the content, lots of videos, and a chance to engage with others from around the globe as you learn. So the next couple of presentations are based on the course and the menu of that course. Well, the first part is AI language models, and these are the models: ChatGPT, Google Gemini, Perplexity, and Claude. As of November 19, 2024. Of course, this will have additional ones, and maybe some of these will disappear, which what happens with technology. Things come and go, and there are videos here that you'll be able to watch later on, whether here from the presentation or within the course. And ChatGPT, just a few weeks ago, it came up with conversations for all on the smartphone, whether Android or iPhone. ChatGPT conversations. Notice in the past it looked like the left, and then it looked like the second one and the third one, and now it's the fourth and fifth. So take a look at the left. You'll notice that you'll go into the red boxed area at the bottom right-hand side. It'll turn black and then quickly blue, and that's the new feature. Please listen to this. How are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you. How about you? How's your day been so far?
Oh, it's been great. Thank you for asking.
That's wonderful to hear.
All right, that's just a little bit of a conversation that you can have in English or any other foreign language. You can learn foreign languages. You can get information from this bot about any topic. Because remember, ChatGPT is now a search engine. So you're also getting whatever is out there. The next part is podcast from text or audio generated content. There we are. And these are some of the AI audio generators. You might be familiar with some, you might not. I only chose the ones that are completely free. When I say completely free, it means that you can use the free version and you get something for it. It's not just a trial or just get this account for free and then you get the account and then you find out that you have to pay after a week trial or sometimes even less. So these all have free versions. That's what I meant. And again, you could be sitting in a lecture hall such as this one and getting whatever you need. So you're not just listening to one instructor, you're listening to many versions of the same talk. So one instructor may be speaking, but you're getting maybe it translated into your local language, or you're getting it simplified because you're not a native speaker of the instructor's language, or maybe the instructor is speaking a completely different language. So the instructor could be speaking in Japanese and you're a learner in the United States and you're getting it translated. But again, the translation could be language-wise or it could be level-wise, different levels of the same lecture. This is the future, folks, and it's happening right now. When I say future, I mean that it will be integrated into the curriculum and it'll be part of the university way of teaching for personalized and inclusive learning. Right now, I don't think the universities are there, but we are, aren't we? Hopefully. And video generators. Notice here the video generators that are available, as I said, they have free versions. Nothing is completely free these days, and if it is today, it might not be tomorrow. So stay tuned to see how things develop and if they still exist, because the competition is very, very high. And notice these video generators are AI generated. And notice again, audio, video, podcasts in and out of the classroom. That's where learning happens, not only in the classroom. Now we're going to take a look at some free AI generated images. Images are super important and we love to play around with images. These are the ones that have free accounts as of today. And here are some more in case I missed some. Now, what can we use them for? We can use them for science, the humanities, for everything. Engineering, medicine, for terms or vocabulary, okay? And get students to generate, well, not to generate, but to add prompts to AI generators, image generators, and see what they come up with. You can also suggest some prompts for your students, and then they'll generate them and get different images, of course, since AI generators produce different outcomes each time, no matter what the input is. So descriptive writing, describing what you learn and then capturing it in an image, cultural exploration, grammar practice, speaking, and so on. But remember, what we're interested in is developing critical thinking skills, because we all have them, but we sometimes with technology we tend to forget that we should be using them in sync, technology and critical thinking. So thinking and doing, but never forget to think. Using smartphones. Now we're going to take a look at some story generators, because you can tell stories in any subject area, whether science or the humanities. And these are some great story generators. And literature review. This is so important. I've been doing a lot of exploration of various AI-generated literature review. And there's so many out there. These are just some that I've studied: SciSpace, Answer This, Kineas, Litmaps, Consensus, Scholar AI, Cite, and Elicit, and there's some videos on that. And now, what do teachers want to do? They want to generate activities, lesson plans, and so on for each and every one of their students to be personalized for inclusive learning. So these are some of the activity generators that are available. There are more, many more, and you'll find the ones that work for you and for your students. This is an example of DeFit. What you can do with DeFit is you can actually create, or it generates activities for you that are customized. It's not just anything, but you're part of it. It only assists you in ways that may take you a lot longer, but you can also do with time if you have it. And whatever you have, you can export for free to Google Form if you're doing multiple choice activities or others. And notice you can get the source from YouTube, from a link, from an article, from text, PDF, Google Docs as well. Here again, what you can do with them, besides exporting them, you can create or generate and then print out worksheets for your students in the face-to-face classroom. And these can be personalized for each student. This is Magic School. With Magic School as well, you can upload PDF docs, presentation from Word, from Microsoft, images, Google Drive, files, Microsoft OneDrive, YouTube videos, and websites. But you cannot export unless you pay. So notice the limitations, be aware of them, and see which one works for you. You don't have to pay on DeFit to export, but you do on Magic School. And AI-generated bots. These are amazing tools. They are not physical yet. They're only digital bots. They're not humanoids at home or at school, but you can create them for your students and you can help them along. Mizzou is one, Bot Penguin, Easy Peasy Bot, and Character AI. You can generate them. Ask your students to generate them. Mizzou is completely free for teachers, and I think this is absolutely amazing. Notice this is what you can do with Mizzou: create and use other teachers' bots as well, not just yours. Have conversation practice, vocabulary building and games, or terminology, grammar exercise and quizzes, writing assistance, academic, and feedback. Listening is so important. It should be developed. This is a chance to develop our students' listening skills. Cultural lessons and discussions, pronunciation practice, reading comprehension and analysis. Reading comprehension in academia is so important. And role-playing, homework, and of course preparation for tests. And storytelling, of course, reading aloud. We all love to read aloud, don't we? And to practice exams. And these are AI-generated reflections. My favorite is RiffBot. But there's also Mirror Talk, Reflect, and Tascade that you can try out. There are videos, once again, for each. Here is Riff, and this is what you will be doing at the end of this presentation. So stay tuned. You don't have to go over the presentation a few times to be able to do this. I think once is enough, and then you can start the reflection. Reflective practice is very important to sustain learning and to capture the learning experience, because it is an experience after all. Hi there, I'm RiffBot AI. I was created by Letizia Britas Cavanaro at Stanford University for learners. I'm here to help you explore your thoughts more deeply by asking meaningful and thought-provoking questions. Let's reflect together and uncover new insights. Please add your name and email so you can receive a copy of your input. The information is private and will only be available to you and to me. I forgot to mention that. I should add that. But remember, if you try to go off topic, RiffBot AI will bring you back. So watch out and keep doing it. Don't stop after one or two prompts. Continue for as long as you want so you can benefit from it. And do it again and again. And of course, what do we do with the information and the activities that we created? For example, all the information that we got here, I compiled in a course. So I have a place for it. That's my host. But what is your host? And these are a few possibilities: Blogger, Canvas, Book Creator, Google Classroom, Google Site, Gamma, and Moodle. By the way, Gamma is AI generated. Absolutely amazing. I think you'll love it to create websites in seconds or minutes. Well, maybe seconds is too fast. And there's a Moodle, free Moodle hosting that you can use. Now, the idea, of course, is for not just to add the activities, copy, paste, but to share them with your students so that they can use them. That's the idea, to use them. And you can share them through their phones. You can get the activity and simply share it with your students. So these, again, were generated by AI image generator called Ideogram. And you can do the same. Notice Google Classroom was not taken from the internet. No, it wasn't. It was generated by Ideogram with the following prompt: logo of Google Classroom for content. That's what I asked, and that's what I got. Notice the text is very, very clear now. In the past, it wasn't, was it? So things improve all the time. Of course, most of us, since COVID especially, use blended, which is a combination of in-person and digital learning or digital device learning. Notice here they're using their laptops, they could be using their smartphones, and they have headsets, and that's how the class works. So it's both physical and digital. This is the course that I mentioned. Notice the one is missing here. After AI generative reflections, there should be something else, and that is bot generated, AI bot generated. And you'll see that in the course, this is a QR code for the course. Enroll in the course. The name of the course is the same name as this presentation. What does it mean to teach online in blended learning format? What's involved? First of all, time. We need to learn about the environment to practice and to manage how we work things out. We go through fear. Lack of expertise really makes us feel stressed and anxious. We also have to teach our students how to use the tools. We have to provide them with technical support. And we may become over-dependent on this and forget that we're working with real students. Since it's blended learning, we're also in the classroom, not just online. What I do is I get students to teach as a way to learn through screen recorders. They screen record what they learn online. Canva is a great tool because it's completely free for unlimited duration, but there are other tools that you can use that are free, but only for up to 10 minutes. Video-based mobile learning is a great way to learn in and out of the classroom. Students can learn with their phones and generate videos on their smartphones, not just on their desktops. And feedback. It's so important to be there for our students 24/7. But if we can't be there 24/7, we can use a feedback such as powered by YBug, which is completely free, and you can add it to your courses. Challenges. This is the best part because this is where critical thinking comes in. It's not all about the tools. It's about us, human beings, and human beings are not robots. We were AI generated, so to speak, not artificial intelligence generated. So there's lack of transparency. We don't know what's going on. We don't know how these AI tools developed, where their data came from. And their data may be of inferior quality. They may have, and they do have limited understanding. We may have to prompt and prompt and prompt again lots of times before we get what we want because they don't seem to understand what we mean. And it's not our fault. It's the way they were developed. But they'll be improving, so life will be a lot easier for us. Plus, the information that they got is biased or maybe biased. In most cases, it is because they got their information from digital conversations that were online, text, or by voice. And these could have been biased. So the information that they generate for us will use the same language, the same ideas, the same understanding and perspectives, which are biased. So we're getting biased output. And there's teacher overload and time commitment. You need to devote a lot of time and go over the prompts and make sure that there aren't any hallucinations, that the information is correct. And this takes time. Technical issues and support that you need to figure out, troubleshooting, and privacy concerns. We don't know how students' information is used. And lack of human interaction, as I mentioned, and empathy. We need the human touch. It can't all be AI generated. And yet we become over-reliant. When things are so easy, we forget to add our critical thinking and thoughts to what we're doing. We're not machines after all. The only way to maximize the benefits of AI tools is to take professional development and training. And remember, equity and access. Not all schools or students have equal access to AI-generated tools, which makes it problematic. Lack of standardization. It's important that there are standards. Who will set the standards? What are the standards? Are we sticking to the standards? We should ask these questions as we go. And assessment and evaluations. It may be hard to evaluate and assess the tools since they keep changing and we don't always have access to everything that's there. And of course, student motivation and engagement. We want the students to be active. And sometimes not knowing how to use the tools correctly may make them more passive. Curriculum and content, they have to align with it, requiring teachers to adapt and adjust and not accept everything as is. Remember, customization is key when using AI-generated tools. These are the challenges that I learned from my experiences and the teachers I work with. Some teachers want, or some of us actually want the perfect tool. What is the perfect tool? Nothing perfect about technology, nothing perfect about humanity. So should we expect tools to be better than we are? Absolutely not. So they are improving, but forget about perfection. Our roles are very, very important. And please customize. Many teachers do not bother to customize, and they get unusual lesson plans, things that don't really fit, and they try to fit what the AI generators provided them with their classes. It doesn't work that way. You're in charge, remember, not the AI tool. And there's information overload, as you're getting right now. Lots of information. What do I do with it? And as we said before, you might be dependent on the tool. And remember, it doesn't do everything for you. You still need to feed it and feed it correctly. Yes, it's time consuming, and yes, you need the time and focus, and yes, you need practice, and yes, it may be too difficult at times, but you can do it. And there's a lot of work involved to check for hallucinations. And the final step, which I try to answer in the previous slide, was content and activities where you can add it. There are also problems with pronunciation. AI tools such as ELSA, that's just one example, which means that you have to check and recheck before you recommend it to your students. Here's a video of how nice, pronounced nice, was okay for niece, noose, and nace, even though the word was pronounced nice. So how do you pronounce nice if you're not a native speaker of English? Hi there, and welcome. Today we're going to take a look at ELSA and practice our pronunciation. So let's start with nice. Nice. Niece. Nose. Noose. Notice the stress is on CE. So I guess I was okay. Again, nice. So isn't that nice? That's Elsa. You can pronounce things any way you wish as long as you pronounce the letters that are stressed correctly. So notice there, nice is N-A-I-S-E, right? That's how you're supposed to pronounce it. No other way. So I was just being cynical, but that's why these tools are not perfect, but they should be close to it. And we need to tell this to our students before we recommend them. Other problems are disappearance. Technology tools, digital tools, AI tools included, come and go, like this one. Summary, it came, it went. It's no longer there. Or Flip, which used to be called Flipgrid, before Microsoft bought it, changed the name, and then got rid of it. 12 years it struggled before it said goodbye to Flipgrid or Flip. And that's the story. If you've used Flipgrid, it's gone. What a shame. Some tips and tricks. Well, these are my tips and tricks for you, from my experiences. Check the tools before recommending them to students and colleagues. Take time online, take free online professional development courses, and attend online conferences. I provide free online professional development courses on AI. There are 12 courses, not one for each month. There are multiple courses per month. There are about 8 months. Watch YouTube videos by educators, not by advertisers, educators. And use AI tools for 5 minutes. Try something out for 5 minutes, time yourself, no more. You don't want to overload. On a daily basis, and follow 10 minutes a day rule for professional development. Go into a course and finish it. 10 minutes a day, time yourself, no more. If you do that, you won't be frustrated, you won't leave the course, and you'll gain a lot. Share the tools with your colleagues and ask them to try them out and explain why you found them and why they found them useful. And remember, you're not alone. You may be alone in the classroom if you're the sole teacher, but you're not alone when it comes to learning online. Reach out to me and other educators on LinkedIn for ideas and help. And follow us on LinkedIn. Don't be shy. We're here to help. This is your chance. Now that you've watched the recording, you have a chance to reflect. Now, this is not a test. It's just a reflection. But the bot will make sure you do not go off topic. So try and it'll bring you back. Be honest, add your name and email, and do at least 5, if not more, prompts. So you benefit. You don't have to do more than 5 minutes, but do at least 2. On the left, you have the QR code of the reflection with Riff AI bot. And on the right, you have the actual link that you can either click on if you've got this presentation, or simply take a look at it and see if you can add it to your browser window, whether on your phone, through a browser, or on your desktop. Here are some of the references and the presentation on the left and on the right. In addition, for your listening pleasure, I've created a notebook LM generated from these Google Slides. You can go to the link. Here are the slides under these slides, or you can simply listen to it, and there's a QR code. Let's listen just a bit to get an idea. Notice it's 20 minutes, and the presentation was probably a bit longer than that, but almost as long. So let's just start.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're diving into these slides all about generative AI and education.
Yeah.
And this title, Generative AI Tools for Personalized and Inclusive Learning.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it really caught my eye because you've got all these different AI tools and examples.
Yeah.
But what I really like is the emphasis on both personalized AND inclusive learning.
Right.
So it's about making sure everyone can access and benefit,
It really is.
not just, tailoring the content for certain people.
It's such an important distinction.
Yeah.
It speaks to the potential of AI to really democratize learning.
For sure. So, okay, let's back up for a second. And,
Okay.
what exactly are these generative AI tools?
Right.
I mean, I feel like we hear about AI everywhere now,
All the time.
but these slides make it clear that it's more than just robots building cars, right?
Absolutely.
It's something different.
And the slides actually start by using a really great analogy.
Okay.
To help us understand this difference.
I like a good analogy.
Yeah, so they compare traditional AI robots to like mass-produced tableware.
Okay.
Like those plain white plates you get at a diner.
Yeah. I get it.
Functional, efficient, not very exciting.
Yeah, they're not exactly, going to inspire you to learn new
Yeah.
things. Exactly.
Uh-huh.
So on the other hand, we have generative AI.
Okay.
And this is
All right, I stopped that. I'll let you listen to the rest of it. And thank you for watching. Your comments are welcome, and subscribe for more.